Hello world, what's going on, man? Another blessed day. Back at y'all. I told y'all it was about to get real intense. About to hit y'all with some hot stuff, bro. So, today's topic, we talking about when me and my brother Sic-wit-it got the phone call that our names were on some rest in peace t-shirts. Yeah, definitely that. The day we got the phone call, our names were on rest in peace t-shirts. Now for those of y'all, that's not from the hood, a lot of y'all probably know where I'm at with it, but in the neighborhood or in the hood, when someone is killed, whether it be friends, family, loved ones, and so on and so forth, people go to these print shops and get t-shirts made, usually with their pictures on it, saying rest in peace. Well, they didn't have our pictures on a t-shirt. They had me and Sic-wit-it name, Skipp and Clee, on some rest in peace t-shirts. This was not long after the incident happened with me over in the Opperville housing project. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What I referred to in the Rare Reports interview. But yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a little bits and pieces on it, you know what I'm saying? A little hit and miss with it. Y'all got y'all version of it from Mr. Terrance Williams. I'm gonna give you the opposite side of it though. Not long after that incident occurred in the Opperville, we were at odds, we was getting it in. I actually was in the hospital when I got the call. So in order for me to tell y'all that part of it, when I got the call, I got to tell you how I ended up in the hospital, because I was in the hospital when I got the call. Sic-wit-it was actually there to witness the shirts. I didn't get to witness them. But I went 2 blocks away from the Melph. 2 blocks away from the Melph project on Errata. Now I stayed on Errata in the Melph, but I was 2 blocks away from the Melph on Errata doing my thing. And I done made a few plays, done my thing, counting money. I hear a truck coming. Big old 4-door truck, got that growl. It's got that growl, but it's a flatbed. Big old truck, nice truck, you know what I'm saying? It comes up rolling real slow, so I start what I'm doing, and I pull out. Watch the truck go by slow. Now I'm on Errata outside the project, in between Rampart and Saratoga. They call it the back street. Well, that's where I'm at. But I'm on Errata off Saratoga. And I walk to the corner and I watch the truck make the block and go up Saratoga toward Clio. So I walked to the corner, watched it. When I seen it got to the corner, I seen it kind of stop. There's some houses was down there at this time. So I'm assuming they going by somebody's house. They just was riding through the block slow. When I go back and stand where I was standing there, when I turn to the right, I see a blue and white uniformed police car coming up the street. So instead of putting it back where I got it from, I set my on a tire of a car that I was standing in front of and just continued counting money. Watch the car go by. When the police car made it to Simon Bolivar, which I'm on Errata, that's Saratoga, then Simon Bolivar, it made the left and went toward Martin Luther King. So I figured like, all right, it's just rolling by. When I look back to the right, here comes that same truck. But this time they spinning the bend. So I'm like, I wonder who that is. I brushed it off, I ain't paying no mind. Looked at it again, As I was about to reach for the yard, someone calls me on Saratoga and Errata. Say, Skipp, you straight? I'm like, yeah, I'm straight with him. But I see that truck steady inching slow. I look back like, what's up? So I get closer to the yard. As I get close to the yard, man, I seen 4 bodies raised up out the back of that flatbed truck, and them boys cut loose. Boom, 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 boom. I instantly got hit. Fell to the ground. Now I'm fucked up, but I'm in shock. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, who is this? But I'm in the streets. So I grabbed the yard with my right hand, put it in my left hand. I see 2 different sets of feet jump down out that truck. Still hearing shots over my head. They hitting the house that I'm standing in front of. So they ain't trying to let me get up. They actually trying to come around the car, I guess, to stand over me. Me, I go to squeezing under the car. When I'm squeezing under the car, I hit the tire of the car that I'm laying next to. That sound, boom! When they heard that sound, that saved my life. Because those 2 sets of feet that jumped down out that truck, hurry up and jump back in that truck. They jumped back in the truck, pulled off, took off towards Simon Bolivar, turned up Martin Luther King. I'm laying on the ground for a second trying to gather myself. Got up real slow, leaned on that car for a little minute, had my gun in my hand, raised my shirt up, looked, checked out myself. I put a lot of pressure on the wound, gun in hand. I walked slow but sure to the Melph. When I made it to my porch steps, I collapsed. My neighbors was outside. They called my baby brothers and my sister, and they come brought me inside and got me on my living room sofa. They called 911. They come got me, put me on an ambulance, took me to the hospital. This what are effects of that incident. Now, rumor has it, it was some individuals that I had just recently got into it with, but I'm gonna leave that there. Anyway, they kept me in ICU for a little while. One of the bullets clipped my small intestine, so they had to slice me open, go in there, and sew that hole up on my small intestine. I thought I was gonna have to wear one of those bags, but thank you, Lord, I didn't have to do that. But yeah, I stayed in ICU for a couple of days. When they let me out of ICU, they brought me to another floor, which is called the recovery center. While I'm sitting in the recovery center, was getting visits. And one of the nurses that was taking care of me, she said, "Baby, what's your name, baby?" I said, "It's on my chart." She said, "Nah, what they call you?" I said, "They call me Skipp." She said, "Baby, you had some people down them stuff worried about you." I said, "Huh?" She said, "Yeah, you know that ramp that they bring you up? Because we had the old chair at the hospital. Ambulance used to bring you up the ramp, get you off the ramp and bring you in." She said that ramp was full of so many people, bro, came to see about you. I was like, "Thank you, ma'am, I appreciate that. That was love." Right then and there, I prayed when she walked away. Thank God for leaving me here. But yeah, a lot of people can't insult me. I can remember at one time I had an incident where two of the women I was dealing with at the time showed up at the same time. I didn't think they wasn't gonna end up pretty, but it went rather well, I must say. It went rather well, because everybody's more concerned about my health than the foolishness. So yeah, but there was a concert at the Riverboat Hallelujah, and my partners were performing, real good friends of mine. I got to shout out UNLV, Uptown Niggas Living Violent, yeah. One of the first rap groups signed to Cash Money Records. Yeah. Yafat, Tech Nine, and Yellow Boy. Yeah, my dudes. They were performing, they were the headliner for the concert that night, and of course everybody going because, you know, it's a big concert. After the concert, I got a phone call. Now at this time, they got these old flip phones with the big old gray battery pack. You slide the big battery pack on the back of the phone, big old flip phones, you know what I'm saying? Those suckers were huge, but they were nice though, they got the job done. And Sic-wit-it, my partner Doug, my partner Shorty, Garrett, they had brung me that phone prior to this happening. So Sic-wit-it called me, he leaving the concert. He said, man, you're not gonna believe what just happened. I said, what? What's going on? He said, man, they got our names on t-shirts like we dead. I said, what? Yeah, man. I'm like, what you mean? Like rest in peace t-shirts? He said, yeah. It wasn't no pictures though. Wasn't no pictures of our face, because that's usually what they put on there. It were pictures of two tombstones right next to each other with the graves in front of them. You know, the little hills, the little dirt. Yeah. But one got Skipp on it, one got Clee on the headstone. Skipp and Clee. Bottom of the shirt got rest in peace on it. Now from what I remember, on the back of the shirt, they took a quote from UNLV and said, let's get low down and dirty with the 30-30. Supposed to have been written on the back of the shirts. You know, that pissed me all the way off. I want you to keep in mind who I was back then. Real ignorant, real stupid, young-minded, wilding, tripping, on that foolishness. I was upset about that. I actually tried to get out the bed and walk. The nurses and the security wasn't having it. But after I got the phone call, then came another visit in the hospital. This time it's Sic-wit-it. I think Doug, Shorty, Garrett, Redhead, my partner Steve. We called him Slippers. Yeah, shout out Steve. Rest in peace, Redhead. We talking. Oh, they had one more with him. I can't forget him. Rest in peace, Key Hunter. Key Hunter was with him when they come to the hospital. They come to the hospital, and they actually brought me something to protect myself while I was in the hospital. And Sic-wit-it paid the security guard dude for the stand at the door. And they told me about what happened, and they went actually approached the guys that had the shirts on. But it was crazy. It was crazy. I was just tripping that somebody would do that, because that was like, man, that was crazy. I mean, hey, we were in the thick of it. That's how it was going down. It was that serious. And the dudes on the other side wanted to make an impression. They wanted to let it be known. Yeah, like, yeah, it's going down. So, anyway, I'm mad because I can't get out the hospital. As a matter of fact, when I leave Charter Hospital in the recovery center, they send me to another rehabilitation center in Haverham for like a week. That pissed me off, because I'm trying to get out this hospital and get right. But I took the time while I was in the hospital and made use of every machine I could get on. And when I got out that hospital, partner, when I got out that hospital, I didn't own those scissors, but I cut up. We cut up. No knife. No knife. It was time to get it cracking, man. It went crazy, it went wild. We was going back and forth at each other, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy back then, man. It was real chaotic. You know what I'm saying? A group of guys into it with each other like that. It was a lot of memorable moments with that situation. It was real crazy. But I gotta say, the one thing that stood out to everybody was how those dudes had the balls, the courage, the enthusiasm to go in there with those t-shirts on. That was one hell of a statement. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine somebody telling you they got t-shirts with your name on it? Not only just t-shirts, but rest in peace t-shirts, with you alive and well. But those t-shirts are saying that you're dead or you're about to die. Thank you, Lord. Still here. But man, listen. I never want anybody to experience the things that we went through. Never want that. By no means am I glorifying that situation at all. I'm telling it to you guys because this is real life. And that's how far it can go. My family, my loved ones, my friends, everybody was scared for us. They were scared for us. People even offered to get us out of town in a whole nother state. That's how it really was. Yeah. But I gotta say, me and my brother stood 10 toes down. And we did what nobody else was doing at that time. Because everybody else that those guys went against, they folded. We wasn't doing no folding. Say that humbly. We were men just like them. But I gotta say, if I had to do it all over again, you can have that, partner. You can have that. When they say chopper bullets burn, it's facts. Not saying I got hit with a chopper, but I was shot 3 different times. I'm still here, and I thank God for that. I was hit with 3 different kinds of bullets with this. 3 different kinds of bullets. 3 different types. 3 different grades. But I never want anybody to go through that. I want you younger guys to think about this. You're standing there. When you're standing there by yourself, and you got 4 or 5 guns aimed at you, what you think you're gonna do? How you gonna react to that? Because everybody's not built the same. Everybody's not. And I promise you, I'm not no big bad wolf. Not a big bad wolf at all. I can be a wolf, but I'm not the biggest wolf. There's always somebody bigger, fellas. Remember that. There's always somebody bigger than you and badder than you. Believe that. I want you guys to really think about changing your lives, man. And leaving it alone and letting it go. That's something I never want to experience again in my life. It ain't to be played with. It ain't to be taken for a joke. Sometimes y'all might see me telling these stories and I might laugh. I might giggle. I've trained myself to take my negatives and turn them into positives. And some of the incidents be so crazy that when I think about it, I think to myself in that moment, how did I make it through? It be crazy to me. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Nothing but God. Nothing but God. I promise you. It wasn't that because I had the skills and I was doing this. No. That was God, man. Yeah. Big old facts. You got to pull yourself out of that. You got to pull yourself out of that foolishness. Because as long as you sit there, there are going to be other people that are going to pull you in it and try to keep you there. Pull yourself out of that mold, man. Move away from that. Fortunately, enough for myself. I'm blessed to sit here and tell y'all these stories. But don't get it twisted. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. To walk every day up the street and look behind your back, to go certain places and not go to other places. That's how I had to survive. Using this. You gotta be smarter than that. So, you don't want to end up in a hospital, shot up, tubes in you, kids crying, mother crying, family crying, friends crying. You don't want to send nobody through that, man. I never want to send my family through that ever again. So if you don't want to send your family through that, stay out the way, man. Just stay out the way. I have no problem with telling people, no, we ain't doing that. Matter of fact, I love doing that. I love saying, no, we ain't doing that. I love that. So, my advice to you guys, you younger guys, and even you ladies, stay out the way. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in the foolishness that's going on in the streets, especially anybody else's foolishness. But that was the story for the day. Appreciate y'all. I would like for y'all to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and even comment if you want. I invite those comments. Y'all have another blessed day, man. It's been good, always. Rippa, aka Skipp out the Melph, signing out. Y'all have a blessed one.